NPDC gbege. We thank una for the headquarters una Kari come Edo, but make una know say Edo communities must benefit. Philip Shaibu, na him talk this one. Una go remember say youth for the 51 out of the 52 host communities for Nigeria Petroleum Development Company, NPDC on Monday, turned down one protest for the headquarters for Airport Road for inside Benin City, come still block the gate of the company, sake of say the company no get wetin they do for the community. The protest will continue on Tuesday, come make NPDC lock their office, sake of them no see where enter go work, and the protesters say they no go come out till NPDC answer them. This one come make Edo State government sharply sit down follow the 52 communities and management of NPDC to do talk. Chief Francis Inegbenekin, when talk for the host communities, come talk say the communities happy say NPDC headquarters dey for inside Edo State, but the host communities no dey feel the impact of NPDC at all.
We are members of the host community of Nigeria producing oil and gas. This body is a registered organization with the Corporate Affairs Commission. We have come here on the invitation of His Excellency. When we got the invitation to come here, of course, we knew it was because of the protests yesterday, or rather the ongoing protests. I would like to say that we are happy as a host community that today in Edo State, in Benin City, NPDC has the international headquarters. We are indeed grateful. And for more than 2 decades, I'm sure you've been operating here in a very peaceful atmosphere. We indeed welcome your operations. But we have been marginalized. The host community over time have been marginalized. There's a particular incident that happened where one girl was shot in NPDC. The date is here, in 2001. To date, that young girl is almost paralyzed, but NPDC didn't take responsibility. We shall come to that. Oh, Your Excellency, what we have done is to put down our demands, which we shall present to you, sir.
Oh, when we know say, when be youth leader for one of the host communities, come hear the demands of the communities give acting of all.
Today we are here to express our grievances and drop our little demands for the NPDC. I think I want to ask a little question. If they really believe that the host community have rights in some certain things in their domain, if we have that right, we are pleased to read this little of our demand to them. Our main reason for coming here today, I want to read a little of it to you, if you don't mind, sir. Go ahead. The marginalization as the heading of Ogba Iyekogba host community, made up of 52 communities by National Petroleum Development Company, NPDC. It goes like this. It is no longer news that NPDC has been in Benin City for over decades, but there is nothing to show in the host communities, particularly Ogba Iyekogba community, comprises of 52 communities to NPDC international headquarters, which must be due to the peace and tranquility in the host communities and in Benin City in general. To enhance this continuous peace and harmony, we demand the following. Give us HostCom a reasonable percentage of the total workforce in NPDC. We, the host communities, should be given priorities during employment, particularly in the executive management level. At least 2 of the 5 executive directors should come from Benin. Number 2, we demand that the Chief Security Officer CSO of NPDC should be a Benin man to be appointed by the host communities 3. We demand that NPDC employ a community liaison officers, CLO, who shall be a Benin man and to be appointed by the host communities. 4. The host community should be given preferred term award of contract, particularly in the area of pipeline maintenance and protection and surveillance. Number 5. Give us the host community 3% of the total cost of the ongoing renovation of the NPDC International Headquarters on our land. Number 6. Award scholarship to our qualified Benin youths from the host communities. 7. NPDC should build skill acquisition centers in all communities. Number 8. We demand that NPDC, as it cooperates social responsibilities, partners, or support all the real balances within the host communities, especially the palace of the Oba Benin. During festive occasions, e.g. Igbo Festival, Christmas, Easter, and other notable festivals, which shall be communicated to NPDC from time to time. Number 9. Arrest and prosecute the officer who shot Juliana Martins Akpake on October 28, 2001 at the premises of the NPDC, while we demand 500 million as damage to victim Juliana Martins Akpes. Number 10. Finally, we urge you to settle in line with Petroleum Industrial Act 2021. Invite us to a meeting to discuss registration and establishment of host communities, development trust, and the registration with Cooperative Affairs Commission.
Acting Governor for Edo State, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, come talk say make NPDC and the communities solve their matter like families, say him give them 2 weeks to do talk.
Today, please, go back, let them leave that place. Please, let them leave the place because I will not also support them to have a discussion when their place is locked. That is not how it's done. Me, I be activist. I don't do plenty protests. That is not how it's done. When we subject issues to discussion, I don't think you want them not to operate. Because if that is the purpose for them not to operate, then there's no need to dialogue. We just lock the player and go. But the purpose of this thing is that we have some things that is paining us, and we feel we are supposed to have X and X and X. And because we are not getting it, that's why we decided to cry out. Now, the crying out has led to us, okay, let's now discuss. The best way is, everybody go home. We're having this discussion. That is how to go. The best way to deal with this matter is to sit like in a family setting, no noise. We just quietly deal with the issues, and on our own, we just resolve it quietly. Nobody, it should not be between you and us. When I mean us, you and the community, everything just resolved. Nobody know how you. What is good is that you are doing your work in a peaceful environment. Everything is going well. That's what we need.
Ali Mohammed Zara, when be the managing director for NPDC, come talk say NPDC they operate for 6 states and the headquarters for Benin don't attract many people come the state, say them go join body with the communities, make the matter for no pass as it be.
NPDC operate in 6 states of the Federation. We operate in Edo State, we operate in Imo State, we operate in Delta State, we operate in Rivers and Bayelsa and Akwa Ibom. NPDC produces over 150,000 barrels in Delta State. NPDC produces almost about 75,000 barrels in the other states. In Edo State, what we produce is 12,000 barrels. And we have a gas of 108 million scoff. This is what we produce here. Now, my concern is, Edo today host the administrative headquarters of NPDC in Edo State. Whether we like it or not, NPDC has come to stay, and they have demonstrated capacity and capability of making Edo to be one of the hub by building and spending an amount of money to build headquarters here. Today, most contractors fly into Edo, spend their money in our hotels, use our drivers, and this is very important for Edo State. It's only an administrative office that is here. The communities within OML 111, I could tell you, we have all the necessary parameters to work with them. We have the GMOU and whatever it is to make sure that the host community in that place will do. Even in Oba here, where our head office is, at a point, the host community there has written a commendation letter, and we can present it to you to see what we are doing in that host community. Your demands are genuine, are demands that we are going to look into it, but the concern I have, we must have a harmonious position. It's a genuine concern. We will sit, even father and son, at times they sit together to agree and disagree. What more of a community that will work?
Abutu Yaro, when be Edo State Commissioner of Police, talk say this meeting dey important, sake of say it go help development for Edo State and Nigeria as a whole.
As part of peacemaking process and active players in governance of Edo State, we are glad to be here, and we are glad that the acting governor has created an enabling environment for all of us stakeholders to be engaged. I will say all of us who are here are stakeholders in the sense that without Edo State and these people who couldn't have been here, and without NPDC, which is a parastatal or an ancillary or government revenue producing and development entity, we couldn't have been here too. So our presence here is symbiotic between the producer of national wealth and between us who are citizens and stakeholders in national development. Taking this into cognizance, therefore, it is imperative for all of us to be engaged this morning with open mind, constructive engagement, and a strategic conclusion. We are here to ensure that we understand each other, develop templates for future engagement, and creating positive strategy for national development. If Edo and the people are developed, Nigeria is developed. If NPDC is producing well in an environment of peace and stability, then Nigeria is top-notch. All of us are here because of pan-Nigerian agenda. Since all the citizens are part of Nigeria, the territory is part of Nigeria, and NPDC is working for Nigeria, I want all of us to have a very inclusive and constructive engagement, because it's a symbiotic engagement which is beneficial to all of us.
After the meeting, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu with leaders of the host communities Kari waka go NPDC headquarters when the protest dey shele to beg the protesters make them go back to their houses, make them allow the company and the communities sit down talk how them go take solve the matter when they ground. Omo Aluke Ajakaye, TMC TV News.